Hello, I'm David Hyner. Have you ever had a Lenny Henry moment? Lenny Henry says, Dave, sometimes my brain gets the hell out of my body and leaves my mouth in charge. And have you ever heard yourself saying dumb things? You know when you're dying to say something profound, and you say something like, I've got 2 sheds in my garden, for no reason whatsoever.
He's a brilliant speaker because he inspires the audience.
Human beings, we are programmed to smile back from when we're a baby. And I promise you, the next time you're giving a presentation, pick on anyone who's not smiling at you and just... I guarantee they will crack.
To see people's faces afterwards is great, and to hear the testimonials of people who've worked with David, and myself as well, picking up the ideas, putting them into practice, and basically we do what Dave teaches us to do.
What were you applauding? How afraid you were? Or by singing?
He's so assured, so confident in his delivery, and what he's saying makes real sense.
This memory stack, just in case anybody was not aware, I'm sorry. It never is. So one thing you have to do when you set goals is if you say you're going to do something, you've got to commit and do it.
Anybody should book him. He's fantastic. He changes lives.
Most people have heard the expression, your goals should be realistic and achievable. Well, I'm here to blow that myth out of the water because SMART goals do not work. They set people up for mediocrity at best. How do you set goals? He said, Dave, I set massive goals. Realistic, achievable goals, they don't work. And then he said that quote, a keeper of a quote. Can you name me anything of man or womankind's greatest ever achievements that would have happened if they'd have set realistic and achievable goals? And the problem, ladies and gentlemen, is that we're taught SMART goals. Has everyone heard that? SMART? I have spent 17 years travelling around the world interviewing top achievers, men and women from all walks of life, from multimillionaires in business through to world champions of sport, scientists, inventors, explorers, academics, even one politician. Just one. But what I've found out in these 165 interviews to date is that top achievers set massive goals, not realistic and achievable targets. Have a guess. In 139 to date research interviews with top achievers asked the question, how do you set goals? How many of them answered, I set realistic and achievable goals? So why is it being taught in the boardroom? Why are SMART goals being taught in schools? Why are realistic and achievable goals being taught to our sales team and at every conference around the world? Mr. Hyner. Yes, David speaking. Mr. Hyner. You know you're in trouble if they say it right. Mr. Mohan here, head of... Oh, hello, Mr. Mohan. How are you, Mr. Hyner? Are you in the habit of encouraging young women to harass the President of the United States of America? Maybe. Is there a problem? And he went, oh no, there's not a problem. We thought you'd want to hear about Bob. Bob? Bob, head of security at the White House, Washington.
I thought it was really good, and it was a real eye-opener, and we get caught up a lot, with what others think, and we need to start setting unrealistic goals, so I think it was really good.
But don't believe me. Believe the thousands of people who have used our goal-setting process themselves to achieve massive success, become sporting champions, international best-selling authors, sales superstars, entrepreneurs. Don't believe me. Believe the between 10 and 50,000 people a year that I present to. No, realistically, it's based upon interviews with top achievers who said, Dave, this is how I set and achieve goals. This is how I do it. This is what they said. And I distilled it down into a pyramid. And ladies and gentlemen, if you've got a pen and paper, can I ask you please to draw a dirty, great big pyramid on a piece of paper? If you haven't, draw it on the tablecloth and send the bill to Specsavers. But don't do that. Send it to Jack Ismail.
Entertaining, it was interesting, but it was informative. Typical of David, the audience were with him the whole of the time. And they really enjoyed the experience, but most of all, they learned something. So when they went out of the room, they were better than when they came in. And that's the single best thing that David does so well.
I'm David Hyner, and the difference I can make to your conference is that I genuinely care about making a difference to your delegates. Please, pick up the phone, send me an email, and let's have a discussion around the value I can bring to your next event.